Hello, I'm Yahtzee Crowshaw.
And I'm gentle enough for everyday use.
No, it's not. It's Gabriel Morden. And because we're feeling so grown up today, we're going to play Brutal Doom.
Yahtzee's 31.
Shut up.
I was 31 a month or so ago. I'm
at,
older than him.
I'm at the age where I don't like being reminded of it.
Oh, dude, no, fuck that shit. You gotta embrace this. 31. My 31 was better than my 21.
Anyway, Brutal Doom is a mod for GZ Doom, which is basically Doom played through OpenGL. And this is a mod by an individual by the name of Sergeant Mark IV, who I suspect was not...
a sergeant?
Not a sergeant, and probably not supervised very much when he was a teenager.
Alright, this is interesting. Full ultra-violence, I'm super bad, black metal.
We're gonna go with... and most of these just make the enemies faster, so I'll just go with the full ultra-violence.
Okie dokie.
Now, so far, it's Doom 2, rather. But you can look around and stuff.
Yeah, it's like 3D.
It's got new sound effects and new animations and
cool.
And blood.
Awesome!
And more blood effects.
Fucking awesome. This is the greatest game ever. I'm downloading this when I get home.
Well, it took a bit of work to get it going.
Oh, that's great!
Well, you know, I've been thinking about the wonderful spectrum of boring games for this series.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things I find boring is unending, meaningless, gratuitous violence for its own sake. Well, I think after a while, if you just keep at it, it just turns into white noise.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree. It probably will get dull. But at the moment, this is all new to me. So, I'm just, it's the most amazing thing ever.
But you know, it wouldn't be Let's Drown Out if it wasn't boring. And while there's stakes, it's boring. So let's just remove those. IDDQD. Let's try it again. IDDQD.
What's happening?
And now we can't die.
Hey, alright. We're the winners.
Eat it, eat it, eat it.
I'm powerful, daddy.
How did I guess this would appeal to you?
Because I love, like, I'm a gore fucking fan. It's cheap and easy.
Well, that's probably why you like fighting games so much, isn't it?
Well, not a lot of fighting games beyond Mortal Kombat. They're not very gory these days. That was more of a 90s thing.
Yeah, sort of coinciding with the FMV phase, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, part of me, like, again, I like that kind of, it's like B-grade movies for me. Like, I like that kind of stupid shit just for the novelty of, you know, itself, you know.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's see if
what's going on?
Well, I'm just seeing if I can get someone into a sort of...
Do you have any other weapons yet? Ooh, look at that.
Not yet.
Suck it, imp.
But if I know my Doom 2, I know where to get one pretty quickly.
That's cool.
Up we go.
Because I watched,
I was hoping we could just have a laugh at how dumb this is.
It is, but again, you know, I like... it's like B-grade movies, B-grade horror. Like, I'm a sucker for these dumb things. Like, I watched Rec 3 Genesis last night.
Ha ha ha!
Sweet.
Is this taking us straight into Culture Corner, then?
Oh, well, no, this is sort of it's just more of an aside to explain that I do enjoy it. Oh,
hello!
Shoot. Yeah! Look at that.
That didn't last long.
That's what they get for being there.
I'm gibbing my heart out.
Oh, that's right. Oh. That's sneaky.
Oh yeah, and if you press F...
Get off, scum!
He does that.
See, I'm just going to engage my, like, inner 13-year-old, which is never too far from the surface.
I'm guessing whoever Sergeant Mark IV is, he doesn't have a very high-quality microphone in his basement where he lives. Oh, hey, you're still alive!
Fuck yourself!
You know, that was actually quite fun.
Yeah, come on, dude, you're enjoying this. I know you enjoy a little bit of the old ultra-violence.
Well, I like it to have a bit of context.
That doesn't need context. Like, that was fantastic.
Mighty Boot also.
Mighty Boot. Yeah, and like Rec 3 is not exactly what I'd call a continuation of the Rec movies, because it abandons the found footage sort of stuff, but about
those films aren't very good. You'd almost describe them as a train disaster.
The Rec 1's good. I quite like Rec 1, because it also takes a rather unique sort of approach to the zombie genre in the cause of why it's there.
I was making a joke there, and I hope somebody got it.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't. It's a cultural illusion that's...
Oh, hey!
That guy just...
That guy with one arm has been pissed off by his mate. That was...
This is so cool. This is such a... A lot of effort. Oh, the head. Like, that's...
Yeah, there's locational damage as well. and the legs. Legs off as well. And there's a jump.
Sergeant Mark, I salute you.
Sergeant Mark 4.
Sergeant Mark 4.
They had to do it 3 times to get it right.
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys.
Oh, look.
Oh, let's see if we can get the Pinky Demon attacking other things.
Oh, they have, like, they get angry and fight each other. There's a dude on fire!
Well, they got angry and fought each other in the original.
Did they?
If you tricked them into shooting each other.
I don't think I ever saw that.
No, they did. They always did in the id games. They did it in Quake as well.
Yeah, well, we had Fisto Stabbo versus, like, I don't know, some other motherfucker. That's kind of neat.
Oh, someone's having fun.
Life's hard, imp. Life's hard.
Certainly is if you piss me off. Life gets hard pretty fucking quick. And so
Nazi Doomcock Croshaw.
And so does my knob.
Gonna have a gore erection.
Well, I picked up a red key there, I think. Hard to tell.
Yeah.
Because of all the blood.
I think the key was blue to start off with.
You did not learn your lesson, did you?
With my not sawn off shotgun, hand on the pump.
Oh, you always say that.
Alright.
So go on about Rec 3 then.
Alright, yeah, and about 3/4 of the way through the movie, it just goes, you know what, fuck this, and gives the main lady in a wedding dress a chainsaw and just decides to have a bit of fun.
Sounds a bit Peter Jackson-y.
It actually, yeah, there is a little bit of brain dead to it. Which,
Dead Alive in the States.
In the States is Dead Alive.
Hang on a sec. I just want to punch someone to death.
Oh, badass.
I'm trying to punch them.
Punch the head off.
I'm trying to punch their...
Uppercut!
There's a thing you can do where you can punch their jaws off. It isn't happening.
Need to see that. Make it happen.
Come on.
Do it.
Oh, I just keep falling backwards.
Maybe you gotta, like, punch a little lower or something. Alright, that didn't work.
Man, imagine what it'd be like with the Berserker pack on. Hey!
It's like twice the Magnificent. Braindead is one of the few movies that has genuinely made me fucking queasy, and not because of the gore exactly.
Well, the gore made me pretty queasy.
Well, young...
Line them all up.
Young, what's his name? Oh, it's just mine. Still not bored of that. Young...
There's something wrong with you.
Yeah. Young Peter Jackson... What? Oh, okay, you got the red key.
Yeah.
Young Peter Jackson also used to do, like, not just gore, but stuff involving pus. That...
Yeah, you like his... Hey, you got up.
Yeah, you only kicked him.
What an asshole.
Pus gets to me. Like...
Oh, I see. That's one of your triggers, is it?
Yeah, like, pus just makes me go, ooh. And there's a scene in Brain Dead.
Oh, I forgot to mention Brutal Doom adds alternate attacks to weapons. Like
sweet.
the double barrel shotgun, you can fire one barrel at a time.
Nifty. Yeah, there's a scene where they're all eating porridge in Brain Dead. YouTube it, I'm sure it's up there. You should check it out.
Oh yeah, that scene. It's not porridge, it's custard.
Custard. God, it's even worse. Oh, why am I thinking it?
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, you stop doing that.
Help, potato.
It's not what I want to be thinking about on my birthday. I want to be thinking about the lovely cake you have no doubt gotten me.
I live below the poverty line. What am I getting you with? What am I buying you?
So,
how am I going to buy? Like,
Jesus taught us we don't sacrifice for the benefit of the other, we sacrifice for the benefit of ourselves. So basically, you're doing yourself a disservice by not spending all your money on cake for me.
How about it's the thought that counts? Because I did think of doing some stuff, but I just didn't have time. Like, I've got 3 essays due next week. I'm busy as shit. That's why I haven't kept up with any news.
That's not how that works, man. It was the thought that counts. I thought about getting you a present.
I did give it a good long think. If I had any printer card left over, I was going to print you out just this nice looking card, but when you open it, that's great.
Hey guys, you weren't counting on there being a duck button in this version of Doom, were you? I kick you.
Hot red mess.
I kick you again.
I'm erect. There's blood everywhere.
Small
like
things, please, small minds.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a benefit to having simple tastes and just being generally easily amused. I mean, I'd hate to be one of those people that can only, like, enjoy expensive shit or hard to find things. I don't know. Like, I mean, it's not to say you can't appreciate that stuff, but I just... Simple things, man. It's good to be able to enjoy simple pleasures.
Well, yes. Like a good honest wank.
Fucking A. Sometimes I enjoy a good honest wank over actual sex, just because, you know, I can just sort of space out. It can be about me.
Oh, I perfected wanking over the years. But sometimes you just want the...
Whoa!
Hey, shoot the other guys.
Oh, it looks so much better. Look at it. There's lighting effects.
Good on ya.
Now they're all fighting.
Yay.
That's brilliant. You guys are geniuses.
You guys get involved too. Yeah.
Come on.
And you.
Let's get Chain Gun Wally to... Yay! There we go.
Good old Chain Gun Wally. Oh, he just finds it so hard to make friends.
Well, you know...
That's our Wally.
You can't shake hands without firing the chain gun. It's led to a lot of tragic misunderstandings.
Hey, there's that Marine we're all trying to kill. I'm gonna kill him.
Ooh, what's that? That looks like a thing.
Oh, hey, it's Berserk.
Rip and tear. Yes.
Oh, I just picked up a chain gun
This
there.
is the game the Doom comic should... Oh, cutscenes!
I've never seen that happen before.
Okay, see,
And
tell
you.
me you're not enjoying the shit out of this now.
Well, just because I haven't seen that yet. Imagine.
Okay, everybody, he's actually smiling. He's doing that thing where he's actually smiling. You can hear it in his voice.
Let's see how long it takes to get old. You
I don't
too.
know, like... Oh, you missed him. You only jabbed him in the back.
Oh.
Do you still have Berserk on? I don't think. I think it's like you have to have like
Well,
demons.
Berserk's permanent.
Oh, is it? There's so many!
I don't even know what the hell I just did
He
then.
just stuffed a shotgun into his stomach, lifted him into the air, and then fucking shot it.
Crazy.
And it's great, because I love, you know, there's old pixel violence. Ooh, that's right, I forgot they could be, like, hard to see.
I don't know what that was about.
Yeah.
If only we were visited by the
spirit of red electricity.
mind of the overhaul or something. I don't know what I'm going on
The
about.
spirit of ultra-violence. It's just...
Hello!
I think... Oh, that's just so much fun. Effort went into this. See, this is, you know...
One might argue a certain amount of misplaced effort for a free mod.
Hey, if it's your art, it's never misplaced effort.
If you...
What the... Alright.
The teleport I brought
Oh,
me,
there we go.
brought
Okay,
me
yeah,
out
you
of
gotta
that
go.
closed off area.
Yeah.
What were we talking about before you got distracted by the finishers?
I don't know. The finishes are just so glorious. Simple, being easily amused.
Yes.
I think the
Yes,
general
yes.
theme that we're going to be running with for this.
Hey, want to make a friend? Well, now you've got two friends.
That's what I mean. Like, there's still more. I wonder how many of these things he put in.
This is version 19 of the mod. I imagine he keeps feature creeping it.
Ah, good on you.
Because
Good on you, Sergeant Mark IV.
That's what you do when you make a free mod. You feature creep like Billy-O.
How's your thing going, by the way? When are we going to get to play that, the final version of that?
Still working on it.
I think I heard something.
Again, I didn't know this happened.
I think you've got a buddy now. He might, like, run around killing shit with you. There you
Okay.
go. Look at that. This is a birthday party. That's
Yeah, I'm continually being surprised by this mod.
right. I was thinking about making you cake.
I haven't even shown you all the weapons that are added
And
to
then
the mod yet.
Ah, there's new weapons.
What's the alt fire on
This
this?
is the best your birthday ever.
Oh yes, alt fire on this is to set the spin up going, like in TF2.
That's pretty useful.
Well, it hardly is, because there's hardly any spin up at all.
That's a good point.
Where are we going?
I don't know. Everything seems to be dead, which is usually a sign that we're in the wrong spot.
Picked up a blue key. Let's try in
Right,
here.
over there. Anybody alive in here?
If you are, pretend to be prepared to be not
Alright,
be for
okay,
long.
wait. Go right, go right.
This way.
Yeah, up there. Take a right. That, yeah, there. I think
there?
that's... Oh no, wait, that's where you came from.
Might not be.
Hey, look at that. Aha!
Doom level design's weird.
Yeah. There's always been a faintly Eschery quality to it.
Yes, I watched a film as well this week.
Ah, what'd you watch?
I watched Hercules Returns.
A classic of Australian cinema.
Well, we say that. It's more like a classic of Italian pulp cinema that's been dubbed over by some Australian comedians. Well, you know, I like dub humour. Always been a fan of MST3K and the like. The thing with Hercules Returns is that they put a sort of, like, connecting narrative around it. Where,
So does MST3K.
well, not as much as one. In this
don't know,
case,
like-
it's about this Australian guy who decides to buy an old-style theatre, but the only film they have...
Just
Oh yeah, I was enjoying that.
appreciate the magnificence.
The only film they could get hold of was an Italian dub of Hercules versus Samson, I think the film was.
Yeah.
So they just have to dub over it on the fly.
And they played silly buggers with it.
Yes, they play a lot of silly buggers with it. Although it is very ochre humour, and there's a lot of humour targeted at women and homosexuals. But, you know, what do you want? It's Australia in the 90s.
I don't think it's mean-spirited.
No, I guess not. I mean, it's more speaks to that very, very specifically Australian school of cinema, which it's the whole Aussie battler thing. It's the little guy fighting back against the big,
Well, I think ochre is a good...
the big rich bastard. Because the connecting narrative is that there's this evil cinema owner who's trying to shut them down, and they like bloody his nose and and make a fool of him by the end.
Well, the good thing is, at least in Brisbane, like, there is still some really good independent cinemas left. Or at least, like, the South Bank Cinema. South Bank Cinema, if you're in Brisbane. If you're a student, it's $6 for a ticket.
You know what? I can't see any of this lovely gore in the dark.
Oh, the dude's hopping! He's hopping! It's just a carnival of surprises.
Whoever you are, Sergeant Mark IV, I hope you talk to someone about all this.
I hope you don't. I hope you're alone in a room making more of these.
Was your mum divorced and married again? I'm just throwing out guesses here.
That's okay. I
Fuck
think
you, you're not my real dad.
Ah, so good. I think you're unfairly, like, you know, characterizing Mark IV as, like, having something wrong with him. I think this is, you know, gore is... I mean, would you say this about Peter Jackson? I mean, his early films were fucked up.
Well, I don't want to get too sniffy about gore, since I'm a video game critic, and I love Painkiller.
Yeah. Have you played, Alright, thanks, Brain. Have you played File Not Found? Shadow Warrior.
Which one?
The recent one.
Yes, I have, actually. I didn't, why's that guy on fire?
Who cares?
I just guess this is because of the imp.
Magic. He's begging. He's melting. I'm so happy.
You know what? I'm going to see if I can get the... There we go, the light amp cheat. Don't know what that did. Hey, see, now it's family friendly. It's all bright green glows.
Remember in the 90s when that was how they did it? It's just like, well, you're ripping this guy apart. What are you going to do about that? Well, I'll make it green.
Yeah, wasn't that... Didn't Nintendo do a version of Mortal Kombat where all the blood was white and they pretended it was sweat?
Yeah.
Sweat is not white. There is another bodily fluid that's white, Nintendo.
Yahtzee's like, look, they're uppercutting cum out of him.
Of course.
Kano just spat the cum in his mouth everywhere.
That's a weird
Which
trick.
a hit to the jaw will do to you.
Stand on small box, make this box lower. Yeah, that makes a huge amount of sense. Thanks, Doom.
Old ID first-person shooter puzzle. So, there's a skeleton left over. It's a burnt corpse. It's a charred corpse. Dude, as a fucking gore whore, I'm really appreciative of this level of detail and effort. I respect it.
Yeah, you keep saying.
It's good.
Well, yes, I liked Hercules Returns, but I can take or leave the bridging narrative stuff.
I do think the bridging narrative is the weakest part of it.
Well, yes. I mean, you hardly need it, really.
Nah.
Well, I just picked up a key, didn't I? Mm-hmm. So, where's the red door?
I mean, it's a very sort of... God, when was it? It would have been early 90s. So it's kind of that kind of...
93, I think.
Yeah, it's rough ochre humor, but...
Aha. I hate when you find secrets when you're looking for the way forward.
Boom!
You've just devolved, haven't you?
Yeah.
Now you're just going boom!
Yeah! Oh, there we go, that's a door.
You lost your...
Night vision it, so we can see people getting ripped up properly.
I'm not sure you can un-night vision.
Oh, well that's fucking fantastic, Yahtzee. You ruined everything.
Okay.
What's going on?
I guess it was just a very long-lasting night vision.
Hey, there we go. Alright, everything's good again. Oh, get fucked.
There's no finishing moves when you don't have Berserker on.
I think that's fair, because you want it to be special.
Yeah, I guess. And this is what I didn't like about Injustice and the new Mortal Kombat, is that they have these like X-ray moves or super attacks, and they're just... There's like when they're happening like once a fight, they get very tedious. The thing I did like was where you punch someone off the stage, because that actually takes work.
Well...
You have to
Super moves have been in fighting games for quite a while now, and they've just generally been getting increasingly dramatic.
It's just, you know, I think Resident Evil 4 showed how it was done. Press a button, karate kick instantly. Some people lose their heads, bish bash, away we go.
Oh yeah, but they're different.
Are you switching me to a gun with no ammo, you stupid game?
Punch. They're quite different games. Like, a one-on-one fighter is structurally very different.
Well, I'd say both games rely on pace and flow.
Yeah, but a degree of the punishment of getting someone with your super is delighting in how long it takes.
I guess.
Like, again,
But
you're
if the
forgetting that it's...
I'm saying if the super's too easy to do, then that is devalued, isn't it?
Well...
Because you see it too often.
It's... Dude, like... It's easy to do when it's you playing against the computer. Actually landing them on another human being who, like, knows you're going to be trying to do it.
It drips off the ceiling.
I know, dude, it's magnificent. You're enjoying it, like, I know you're trying to act like
I'm enjoying
you're
how
not.
much you're enjoying it, you strange person. And I don't believe gore corrupts people.
I'm morally unique.
I mean, yeah.
Well, no. In fact, there's decent.
There's always that's the eternal debate with us defenders of video games.
Well, no, there's decent research to suggest that the ability to have violence as play is... Ooh, you got the punching thing.
Yay.
The ability to have violence as play is indicative of a reduction in actual violence.
Yes, I mean, people say video... What?
Alright, well that clipped... Oh, that's... I don't think I've seen, like, one of those repeat yet.
You said something funny about my nan. I've seen that one before.
Yeah, that one. That's still pretty... Like, that's an impressive amount of,
And that one again. I think, you know, you always people say, oh, the world seems so much more violent these days, but there's actually statistics show a consistent pattern of violent crime going down.
Yeah. It's like we're actually living in more like, you know, if you're not in like a war-torn third world nation, you're actually living in one of the least violent times ever.
Yeah.
Like in the olden days, again, it was a thing where violence was on the tip of everybody's tongue, so you couldn't let someone get away with suggesting it. You had to react. You had to be the first one to fucking do it. And now we're actually getting away from that.
I think that's his jaw.
That's marvelous. And part of that is play.
I mean, need we forget it was just like 40 or 50 years ago that the CIA was seriously suggesting blowing up the moon to intimidate the Soviets.
It's fantastic. Well, it's like my great-granddad. Like, he grew up in a time and, you know... Well, not even my great-granddad, my grandfather. Like, he was a welterweight Navy boxer, and
you're not gonna get your arm back just worrying about it, mate.
Yeah, pick yourself up by your... oh well. And like that was, you know, in the old days in Queensland, that was, you solved problems by taking whoever was being a dick to you in a bar and just punching them outside. That was just how shit was done.
Yeah, now we just yell at them for triggering us. And then of course
not bringing it up, not discussing it.
Then of course there's the, as we said in the previous videos, the example of Japan's low sex crime rate when they have a lot of games where you can rape people.
Well, I mean...
But there were people in the, you know, comments calling me out, and I was sort of anticipating that, because the statistic I was quoting is actually the reported rapes. And there's actually signs of a kind of a shame culture for rape victims in Japan.
Having a shame culture? No fucking way.
But even factoring that in, it's lower than rape rates in the West, and I think my point still stands.
Well, I look forward to the YouTube comments this time. Give me something to do. I like it when you say stuff that'll get people angry. You know, makes a nice change.
Well, it's just generally your tone of voice that makes people angry.
I have that, and I also have a really bad resting asshole face.
Yes, I've heard the word insufferable thrown about.
Ooh. Yeah, you want to put him out of his misery.
There you go. Couldn't do that in the original Doom. In many ways, the original Doom is worse for that reason. Yes.
This is the glorious new age of Doom, as far as I'm concerned. This is... Original Doom has nothing on the Cyber Mark IV's mod.
Well, he's got quite a few years.
Whoa! Look at you with your new sprites. I think those are new sprites.
Yeah. You know, in Doom, because of you know, memory issues, there's a rule that says you can't have more than 20 lost souls on a map, and that's why pain elementals stop spawning them after a while.
Huh.
That restriction has been removed in this mod.
Now computers have power.
Well, if you're done here, maybe we should head off. Yeah!
I'll let you get away with that one because it's your birthday and you can do what you like.
I'm gonna punch someone again.
Ah, you ripped the guts out. That was a new one.
I could hardly tell. Here's
I have
red
a fine
door.
eye for these dudes. Ah, yeah, look at him.
I'm gonna punch you to death and see what happens.
Yeah. God damn it, guys. Ah, you fucking douchebags are in the way.
I think the camera was the issue there.
Explode. This is the game the Doom comic suggested we were playing.
Yeah, you said that earlier.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
I love the Doom comic. If you haven't read the Doom comic, also, like, go look that up now.
Rip and tear your guts.
Yeah.
You are huge. That means you have huge guts.
It's like, I think, was it like 12 pages?
Yep, and that was pretty much the whole tone of the thing.
So perfect. So absolutely totally
Chainsaw, the great communicator.
Hell yeah.
Come here, boys. I got something to say.
My penis has teeth. Can't even see what's happening. Don't need to.
What would you call that? That's like the opposite of vagina dentata.
Penis dentata?
Okay.
I think one of my favorite MC Paul Barman rhymes was, I want to put on a serrated condom and saw you in half. Just always made me chuckle.
Oh, Jesus.
He does great, filthy, horny little white boy rap where all he talks about is like just boobs and touching girls and like this kind of like, you know, sort of semi-pathetic amusing way.
It's dark again.
Do a pap smear with a taster spoon is another line that I quite like. Ooh, the yellow key. Haven't had that yet.
Oh, Cacodemon! Let's see what happens to you.
Awesome!
Pulled his eye out.
Love went into this.
Well, maybe the opposite of love. Yeah, I'm done with you guys.
No need to fuck around with that.
Hey, the Crusher! I remember this level.
I don't.
It's where there's a Crusher.
Yeah.
Still standing. I admire that.
So yeah. Ooh, what the?
It's a Revenant.
Yeah. I only ever had the freeware version, so I haven't really seen much of these.
You're just the eternal cheapskate, aren't you?
I grew up in housing commission. I was poor.
What would you be like with money? That's a scary...
I honestly don't know. Like
that's a scary thought, isn't
like,
it?
because I've been looking it up. Like, even the baseline level of pay for like a teacher in the middle of buttfuck nowhere is 30 grand more a year than what I have now, and I've whittled myself down to the point where I don't spend a lot of money. It's just not part of my life, so I have no fucking clue what I'm gonna do with it.
Oh hey, it's the Spider Mastermind.
Jesus.
Excuse me.
Some fucking shake, rattle, and roll to him now. Ooh, a secret is revealed.
Just a bit.
Fucking what?
There's a button somewhere that turns the Crusher on, and I can't remember where.
Bit bright there, Spider Demon. Bit bright. Yep. Just maybe you want to stop that. Looking at
Trench
the welding
warfare. In the most literal sense.
It's just like what my great grandfather went through in Posy-ass.
With the bobbing and all the gore, I've got Henrietta by the Fratelli stuck in my head.
What's that?
How does that go? Let's do it a few
Come
times.
a few bars, yeah.
Alright,
yeah, there it is. Oh, now I gotta go download the,
Bugger you! Go away!
Shoot it! Kill it! What are you doing? Why is it still
You're not supposed to activate the Crusher.
Oh, okay. Turn around. It's not doing anything yet.
Was that not the Crusher?
I think you switched it on and off. Oh, wait. I'm guessing you don't get to just, like, turn it on straight away. Probably, like, a bunch of shit you gotta do.
Stop switching to that gun.
This would be really hard if you had, like, more vulnerability on.
Well, probably if I was playing seriously.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be just dawdling.
Running through.
I wouldn't just be dawdling around shooting things like this.
The Donnie Darko soundtrack, that's what I'm
Buy us some shoes and then take us for cola. Oh, hang on. Crusher's working.
Oh, alright.
Let's get a good
I can't see you.
That'll do it.
Eat it.
I still don't know what activates that.
Hope. Oh, look.
Oops, I'm seeing some physics fuck-ups, Sergeant Mark IV.
I take everything back, Sergeant Mark IV. You're a failure.
Work on your decal physics.
You son of a bitch.
So we actually had some gaming topics this week.
Well, so
If
that's the thing,
we want to stop going on about all the lovely gore for 5 seconds.
Well, I've been really fucking busy this week because I got like 3 assignments due next week. So.
Should have done them on the day you got them.
I have all this, like, that's what university is time management. That's one of the biggest skills you need for, like, study is time management. And that's one of the skills that I didn't have really going into this, so I've had to kind of, like, build it as I'm...
But Tony Abbott tells me all students are lazy. Except his daughter, who gets everything she has on merit alone.
Yeah, you know, I'd have loved to have gotten a $60,000 fucking thing.
Yeah, well, anyone could have gotten that... That $60,000 scholarship if they'd shown the same merit as her by being related to the Prime Minister.
Who's friends with the
I mean, she
scored
100% on that test. It's one question long, but still.
Are you Tony Abbott's daughter?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, now what? Game?
Just enjoy it. Yeah, so, like... Oh, look at that!
I don't know.
So yeah, I've been completely out of the loop in terms of anything to do with gaming news because I just haven't really been able to justify sitting down and going, let's not do shit that I have to do.
Maybe you need to take your responsibilities a little more seriously, Ged.
Yeah, you're right.
You're missing something.
You know, essentially, Nintendo could have released a new console. It's just a bunch of cloned Miyamotos to come over to you. Ooh.
Oh, hey, a plasma gun.
Sweet.
Imagine this will be one of the less interesting guns to use.
I don't know. I can understand why you might suspect that. Like, it might just like zap them and then there's a green flash and they're gone. But I reckon.
Oh wait, I've got a blue key. That probably goes somewhere now, doesn't it?
Probably.
So let's backtrack a bit. So yes, first news topic, and I'll just read directly from my topic list here. GameStop reports Watch Dogs breaks record for most next-gen console pre-orders. Open brackets. Man, that's a heavily qualified accolade. Because there isn't really that much competition. Because there's only been like 12 next-gen games so far.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's what because that was you brought that up and I said wait next-gen by like.
Yeah.
I mean PS4 because it's PS1 because there's not a lot of games. I don't know.
Well, this one's PS4 and Xbox One. And PC, lest we forget.
Isn't the current front... Oh, sweet. Yeah, it kind of vaporizes and then explodes them.
That's kind of boring.
I don't know, I like that. Yeah, because isn't the current... isn't the current front runner, GTA 5? Like, didn't that pre-sell itself to...
That's not next gen, though.
Well, no, but I mean, in terms of, like, most period, like, not, like,
Most pre-orders?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Alright.
I mean, that's just GameStop pre-orders, and who the hell buys retail in this day and age?
That is kind of, yeah. There's a lot of little caveats to that.
Oh, hey guys, got a present for you. Thanks for all those rockets. Here's some payment.
Here's a bunch back.
Hey.
Oh, he's still shooting. You tricky bastard.
You got no legs no more.
I shot off. What the fuck?
Oh, I think I just picked up his dual rocket launchers.
Awesome.
Oh, and they're homing as well.
Wicked cool.
Did you just say wicked cool?
Yeah, dude. I'm 13 again.
Yes, what decade is this?
You shut up. So Watch Dogs.
Well, my point is,
What's your feeling on Watch Dogs?
This seems a bit mental because Ubisoft is saying this may be the most successful new IP in gaming history, which again is pretty heavily qualified.
Could it be one of those things where if they say it enough, it just becomes that? Like, I get the feeling like that's what they're going for.
Well, possibly. I mean, there are very few new IPs, so they may be right.
Yeah.
Virtually everything's a remake or a adaptation these days.
A remake of a reboot, of a reinterpretation, of a reimagination.
So it could well be the most successful new IP in history, but successful is not the same as good. And my worry is that this is all before anyone knows if Watch Dogs is good.
Has no one touched it?
I'm not sure. I avoid reviews, as you know. Maybe somebody has.
I don't mean reviews, but I mean someone might go, hey, I've played the game and it seems alright.
Well, you can't really trust previews either.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because a lot of them are paid.
Worthless, not journalist scum.
By the man who want to pull the wool over our eyes.
Yeah.
Like a Welshman going to sleep at night.
God, remember the fantastic previews for Colonial Marines?
Yes, I mean, there's that. I did see that.
Remember the embargo they put on that, so people couldn't say it was a fucking turd.
There was that famous gameplay trailer of Watch Dogs. That was when it was first announced at that E3 a couple of years back, and that did strike me as a wee bit scripted. All the stuff that happens in that. It did seem like a sequence of predetermined events, you know,
Yeah.
put together
didn't
for.
you just get a red keycard or some shit?
Oh yes, I thought it was yellow, the one I just picked up. All the
There's
levels are
probably
sort
a
of
thing somewhere that tells you. Oh,
all the levels sort of blurring together. Did I pick up a berserk pack
yeah, you
this
did.
level?
Go over and punch the motherfucker.
Eat
Knuckle
it.
fuck. Yeah.
He had the posture of a man straightening another man's tie.
I mean, just let me fix it.
Oh, I'm in lava.
Ah, you're fine. You got like metal feet and shit.
Shouldn't I be dead at this point?
You might have to reload it because it might.
No, I don't. I got cheats.
Ah, well, look at that. No clip. God, I haven't thought about no clip in a while.
The original, the cheat in Doom 2 for no clip is ID clip, but I remember in Doom 1 it was IDS piss-posed, which, as I recall, stands for smashing pumpkins into small piles of decomposing matter.
Okay.
And I forget the rest of the story behind that, but I'm sure it was jolly interesting. In fact, I think the band The Smashing Pumpkins might take their name from that.
Ah, great. Now I've got like fucking 1979 stuck in my head.
Well, if they didn't, it's quite a bloody coincidence.
Well, I don't know. Isn't that like... I thought the whole Smashing Pumpkins thing was because that was like a dicky thing you did on Halloween, was run around as a kid and just like fuck up other people's pumpkins.
Well, that doesn't explain why people thought it was a good name for a band.
I don't know, because bands tend to can on occasion reference personal...
You pissed me off.
Just love it. I love it. Always,
Yes.
I love creative, fun violence. It's...
I hate the fact that AAA is something that is determined by how a game is developed and not after it's been realised
Is it
what
any
its
good?
quality is.
Well, so that, you know, it's a meaningless. It's a AAA title. Yeah, so what?
I hate video game marketing these days, I try not to prejudge, but I'm really hoping I hate Watch Dogs, and I'm really hoping everyone else does too.
Artsy, unbiased critic Kershaw.
But I'm kind of worried I might like it because it's by Ubisoft, and they made Far Cry 3, and they're one of the few big developers I still hold out hope for as a generally
They
good
still
developer.
have a bit of artistic passion in there.
Well, let's not go that far, but I think they've fairly
it's a small
reliable
amount.
quality-wise.
Yeah. What is the I don't know, like
Yes.
it hasn't.
Hey, story! This
Ooh.
is very important. You have
Starport. It's like a port.
entered
Stars.
deeply. Entered deeply. See, we're getting into the mindset now.
Yeah, dude, you gotta just let it go. You just
Yes, let's just literally become Beavis and Butthead now.
You do have a sort of, with your hair growing out a bit, you're kind of getting a tad Beavis-y, but you do a good Butthead, which is harder. The Butthead impression's a tougher one to
Do you
do.
really think so?
Yeah, like
You
that.
just-
That's
you
like
just-
Mike
just-
Judge has said the
Hey,
same thing.
Hey, you're my friend.
He's not anymore.
Whoops.
Well, you probably helped him a bit there. Really.
Well, I'm pretty sure I could have released him like the last guy.
I don't know.
He's
all
dead
look sort of
too.
Dead. Yeah.
Are you dead? Yes.
They weren't tied to those poles, dude. They were like.
Fine,
On
just
them.
me and the mancubi.
Quick, you must save the vagina cube in the middle.
Where's that homing weapon I found?
Yeah, bust out some of the rougher shit. These guys are kind of dicks.
Oh, I don't have any ammo for it.
I want to see what. Ooh, I think his head exploded into this. No, no. This would be tough.
Do you think?
Yeah. I haven't played one of these sort of. I suppose I've been playing Shadow Warrior a little bit.
Well, you're probably
Awesome.
not. Well, that's actually gentler than the original death animation.
I think it was because you shot him from a distance with a shotgun. I think that's just the general soft fall down. What is the Cenobite companion cube? Huh. There's gotta be something, because the other dude exploded.
So you're not being very early adopting or anything. I take it you're probably not going to buy Watch Dogs.
I can't afford. I've kind of given up on being an early adopter because it's expensive. And
Yeah. But does the game appeal to you at all? Well, what do you know about it?
That's the thing. Like I don't know.
I know it's a sandbox game and it's based around hacking.
Yes.
Well, now what the hell did I just pick up?
Oh god, is that a penis?
I see no other explanation. It looks like I'm holding a big fat willy.
Well,
hey,
you'll need it to
Arachnotrons
fuck your way out of the mecha spiders.
Arachnotrons join the party.
Shoot! Shoot, Yahtzee! Shoot with your penis of justice.
So if Watch Dogs is like the most pre-ordered thing ever, it seems to be for the sole reason that it's got almost blanket media coverage, so all the dum-dums know about it too.
That, I think, is my problem, is like when, you know, if I come up to you with something interesting but I rub it in your fucking face, you're gonna go, please take that away from me. And I get a little bit of that with Watch Dogs coverage.
Yeah.
That and like people whose opinion on video games I don't really trust have been screaming about it on Facebook, so it's just like, it makes me paranoid. And I know that those are more or less unfair means to judge a fucking game before it's even come out of, you know.
Did you know there's 5 different special editions of Watch Dogs at launch?
Alright, now that's just fucking pissing me off.
Well, yes, this is where it gets absurd. And this is what's making me suspicious, because as we all know, especially in the film industry, if something gets a lot of massive media coverage before its release, it's because the producers kind of suspect that it's wank. And they're trying to get as many people to buy it as possible before word of mouth gets around.
Yeah, you gotta get that opening weekend. It's really interesting to see, like, the variations between...
Oh, I've been here!
The opening day of, like, a movie, and then the days after, like, what the drop-off is, or what the pickup is. It's a really good way of gauging whether the movie's any good.
Okay, I think everyone's dead.
That was cool.
Yeah, that's this level you can end in like 5 seconds.
If you have enough nukes.
But why, when we're having so much fun?
Why would you want to go? That's kind of Geigery background there.
Yes.
Ooh, pick a door.
Ah yes, though this was one of the gimmicky levels in Doom 2. Hello. You know what I do like about this mod? The cacodemons actually bleed blue.
Yeah.
Oh hey. Oh hey again.
A secret is revealed.
I'm gonna chainsaw you just cause.
That's song. This is one of those. This is how I deal with music. I get one song in my head and then I'll listen to it like 40 times in a fucking row. Which is weird. Like I know it's odd, but it's just, you know, I don't know. This is how I approach.
Clean up the bank and bump off your daddy. You can come live with us as long the husbands and the addicts
I wonder if there's a place on the internet where you can buy like meat pillars that you can just have in your house.
Like in Hellraiser 3?
Yeah.
But then it might tempt you. Oh, you sad? He's sad because I made him a tard.
Poor cacodemon. Oh, I see. Very tricky.
What did that do?
Alright, I've done something. I have accomplished a task.
I suspect the AAA industry is on the high road to a crash. I mean,
I think
it crashed when around Atari 2600 time because of inferior games and too high costs. And
I mean, isn't that the thing at the moment? Like,
yeah, that's kind of where we're at.
These games are expensive as fuck to make, and it can't last like that.
Just, I think people are a bit more cowed these days, but they'll only take so much.
I think, what was it, like, who made, the worst game of 2013?
Right to
BioShock
Hell.
Infinite.
You're just trying to get a rise out of me now, aren't you?
Yeah. That was, what was that? Which company was that? Because they sort of...
Well, Right to Hell.
No, BioShock Infinite.
2K.
2K, right. Because didn't the...
No, wait,
Irrational or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, Irrational
right.
Games.
Okay, because didn't
the one
they sort
shut
of...
down now.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think might be a more sensible approach to these kind of things, like where everyone operates kind of freelance. So in your downtime, you can be making...
And then they just form a company just to make one game and then close it.
Yeah, well, they just,
said this very thing on a previous video, and we wouldn't want to be accused of repeating ourselves, now would we?
I don't know, did we actually cover this? Because I think it was one of those things
I'm
where we were
I'm pretty sure we did, yes. I think we got the salient points across.
Because I don't know, a lot of the time we start talking about something and then, like...
I've noticed that, yeah.
Something dick-shaped happens in the game and we get distracted.
Yeah, we've got low attention spans, what do you want? We're millennials.
Yeah,
well...
We're not.
Well, we're Generation Y.
Is that what we are?
It's Generation X, then Generation Y, then Millennials.
Fucking millennials.
So we're Generation Y.
What do the backpacks do? Oh, okay. Backpack full of ammo.
Yeah.
Okay.
They, just lots of ammo for everything.
Hey. It looks like something big's coming to get you.
Or not.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you haven't killed enough shit or switched enough things.
That's one of the tricks. In the tricks and traps. So, yes, I had another topic. Also on the subject of hype. Gooseman, the creator of Counter-Strike, in an interview, lets slip that Half-Life 3 is in development. And once again, this little comet is passing through the sky. To remind us that Half-Life 3 might be a thing. Of course, I mean, from what I know of Valve, it's probably just, one of many things that are technically in development over there.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't they do little things where it's like, this is, people will work on just individual gameplay mechanics that might then get sort of spread across and turn into different games? Like, isn't that where Portal came from? Like, weren't they working on that as a Half-Life 2 thing?
Yeah, basically. Well, they hired the guys that made Narbacular Drop, and then said, yeah, let's just make a proper game out of it. So that's
bitey.
The other thing is that Gabe Newell and the rest have been reticent about confirming that Half-Life 3 is in development.
This is a problem because I mean,
I think it makes sense if they don't want to make promises.
Yeah.
As in the when it's done fiasco, which you can forever.
Too much hype can just wreck a fucking game, even if it's really good. I mean, I can't remember. Was there this much hype for Half-Life 2 when it came out? Had the internet hype machine really had that? What the?
It did take a while, didn't it? Half-Life 1 was 98, and excuse me.
Choice.
And Half-Life 2 was 2004, so that's 6 years.
That's an hour on 10 years.
Yep. Well, episode 1, episode 2 in between the time. Where are you guys all coming from? I mean, this isn't gonna stop. I got more rockets.
I have a lot of these.
Man, I'm wallpapering this little alcove.
Yeah, that's gonna make a lovely crimson breakfast nook. The crimson breakfast nook. Look at that. That'll be my lifestyle program.
I think.
Hello, I'm Gabriel, and welcome to the crimson breakfast nook.
Yeah, it's safe to assume. Oh, that's where the teleport was.
Okay.
Just in the middle of that little crowd.
There.
Yeah, safe to assume Half-Life 3 is in development along with everything else.
See, this is why I think there's a good...
I mean, Valve,
degree of sense to your staying away from hype. Because honestly, at this point, if they released it tomorrow, how is it going to be anything but a disappointment if you've been fucking... Ooh.
Oh yes, I remember this bit.
Look, it's a motivational speech.
You get the Cyber Demon to attack you, and then all the Barons of Hell attack him, and then you see who wins.
Awesome.
I think the Cyber Demon tends to win because the Baron of Hell don't all aggro at the same time and they have trouble working around each other.
Yeah, and Cyber Demon can shoot explosives and is pretty big.
Who's your money? Well, sometimes they can surprise you. Who's your money on? Oh hey,
well,
Barons of Hell come through.
Go Barons. This is why I try to with movies and shit. I try to just uncouple my brain and go in with just basic expectations, I don't want to spoil it by coming... I don't want to spoil something by coming out of, with a massive, this is going to be the greatest thing ever, because nothing can be that. It's like the whole thing about how the scariest shit is the stuff they allude to and makes you build it up in yourself, because they can't show it, because then it's a thing, then it's real.
Yeah.
And I think there's that, you can do that to yourself with a game where you have an idea, and the idea won't be perfectly defined, so it'll be more of a feeling than an actual, and then an actual fucking solid, and then something comes along and fills that, and it'll never match the feeling.
Yeah, you're waffling again, man. You might want to rein that in.
Well, no, but if you build up a feeling,
just think for a second and make your point in less words than there are in this sentence.
Suck a dick. Don't overhype because shit can't live up to it.
There you go. How hard was that?
Fucking a struggle.
That's all it is for you. Hope you're not planning to teach kids with that waffly attitude.
Waffling is actually really good for teaching.
If you say so.
Yeah.
Kind of bores the shit out of me. I mean, I just completely zoned out there.
It'll be harder when I'm standing over your desk, sort of.
Oh, I see. You're just going to condescend them to death.
A little bit. You want a challenge, and a little bit of condescension can stimulate a bit of an aggressive kind of self-defining response.
Well, my position is you can't blame people for being bored if you're boring. So don't be boring.
Well, I was trying to, I'm trying to express something that's happening to me at the same time.
Oh, you fiery bastards.
Now what?
I don't know.
You fucked up. See, you were so busy dicking around worrying about me. Jump out. Why is it white? What's going on?
Because I've still got invincibility going. Oh, well.
Look at that ass.
Look at that flexing ass.
Yeah.
I think he's been doing his crunches this morning.
Back crunches.
A couple of crunches, a few sets of squats.
Squats. Gotta do 3 sets of 30.
What's your favorite buttock?
Like, of an individual or of my own? Like, am I talking to, like, well, who's your favorite buttock? Well,
Never mind.
I don't know. I don't think you can judge a buttock. I think they come as a pair, like, you know.
Can we move on from buttocks? God, you're obsessed. I think my thing with Half-Life 3 is I really genuinely don't care.
I think that's a healthier approach to this.
I mean, they kept us waiting for so long for Episode 1 and Episode 2, and now I'm just... You gave us Portal, and, you know...
That was pretty good.
I mean, you proved you weren't lazing around.
Yeah, you were doing stuff.
And frankly, you know...
You keep missing that little fucking thing.
Well, they move around a lot. Frankly, I can sort of tell where the plot of Half-Life's going. We're probably going to save the Earth from the evil aliens, yes? Just throwing that out there.
Whoa there, Mr. Spoiler.
I mean, Half-Life and Half-Life 2 both sort of revolutionized the industry at the time that it came out, so I think it's done its job.
That's what I think. There's a real risk in thinking you have to be a revolution every time.
I applaud Valve for wanting to do new things and not get bogged down in sequels, but having said that, I applaud them less for wanting to concentrate on multiplayer shit. Because that's what they've been saying. They're concentrating on Team Fortress hats and Dota 2.
Yahtzee and the fuck you and your idea of friends.
Do you know the Dota 2 prize fund for the professional leagues is up to $6 million?
That depresses me.
It's fucking insane. And Valve are so rich that they're not even like taking any of that. It's all going back to prizes.
That's smart business. That's how you build a fucking community.
It's fucking insane.
Like right now at home is someone whose only remote fucking talent is playing Dota, and they're looking over there and seeing $1 million prizes for fucking playing Dota. Well, you know what they're going to be doing? Playing more Dota.
Well, what if you do if you throw all your effort into that and then lose?
Well, this is why
as most of the competitors will.
Well, I mean, that's the nature of competition. Like, I think that you have to enjoy some of the process. I think if...
It's like the question of how do sportsmen make a living when the Olympics aren't going on?
But they have jobs. That's, you know, most of them have jobs if they're not fortunate enough to get, like...
You know, the big prizes from the big sports competitions.
Oh, well, that and, you know, some sponsorship. Sponsorship's a thing as well.
Well, there is that.
But, you know, yeah, motherfuckers gotta work.
I'd be perfectly happy for there to never be Half-Life 3. I mean, it's like Duke Nukem Forever.
Computer area map. Okay.
I said even before Duke Nukem Forever came out, whatever you've got, it's never going to live up to 15 years of hype, is it?
Well, that's my fucking point. Nothing. Couldn't, you know, nothing. What could it have been?
I mean, the point of my joke review of Duke Nukem Forever that came out before Duke Nukem Forever was resurrected.
By about a year, wasn't it?
Yeah, quite a bit. The point was that was a fake review of a game which had genuinely been developed for 15 years.
It was insane. Yeah.
I mean, assuming that entire 15-year span was spent just piling effort into it. Well, the problem with Genie Forever is they kept just scrapping it and
starting again. Because they had that idea where it was like, this has to be a revolution when it comes out.
And the thing with Valve is that I can tell why they're being reticent about whether or not they're working on it, because they're exactly the same kind of company that would scrap something even if it was nearly finished, if it meant they could redo it better.
Well, that was, I read a really good thing where...
Because they're not motivated by money, Valve.
No.
They're their own publisher. They just want to make something good.
And that can be a problem, because it means you can just it means you can do that. It gives you the option to just not... Just ditch a fucking game, as opposed to get something out.
It's like how Stanley Kubrick broke the record for the number of additional takes. Because he could get away with it. What were they going to do? Fire him?
I'm Stanley fucking Kubrick. You can't fire me. I'm just gonna do another dozen takes. You're gonna fucking... What was it, 12 dozen? How many was it? What was the number?
I think it's somewhere in the 160s, 170s.
Wasn't that in...
Shining.
Yeah, and wasn't that specifically to...
To fuck with Shelley Duvall?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, there's argument. Maybe he was just a perfectionist, maybe it was just part of putting her in...
Torturing her so she'd emote.
Torturing her so she'd act like a hysterical woman. But paradoxically, I hear he was surprisingly protective of the child actor in that film, who apparently didn't even know he was in a horror film till it came out.
Well, kids are innocent. An adult, if it's like, hey, I'm gonna go work with Stanley Kubrick. Like,
yeah,
who he was pretty well known by that stage. Like, what he did to fucking,
I bet there was a pretty dense contract she had to sign.
Yeah.
Where do I go next?
Oh god, what's his name? The guy who played, Buck Turgidson in, Doctor Strangelove.
Oh, yes.
He didn't... That wasn't... Like, the way he got that insane performance out of him was by telling him to do a wacky take. Like, before he did the real take, just to do a real hyper and an energetic, silly one. And none of it was going to get used. It was all going to go onto a B-roll. Don't worry about it. We're just getting some energy out, so you can really, you can settle down. And then he'd do, like, a serious take. And then he got rid of all the serious takes and kept the wacky takes. And he swore never to work with him again. Like, it was just like,
well, who the hell remembers Buck Turgidson these days?
Me!
Besides the fact that he was in...
Well, Buck Turgidson, that was his character's OS. I can't remember the actor's name.
Well, there you go.
For some reason my brain just keeps saying C. Michael Hall. I know that's not it. It's fucking ridiculous.
I'll keep switching
George
to...
C. Scott. There we go.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yes.
Forgive me, that he did actually have a name after that.
Yeah.
He was in Patton.
Yeah. And his fucking performance as Buck is hilarious and insane and wonderful.
I keep running out of ammo, so I'm gonna IDFA this bitch.
Good call. Yeah!
Get my BFG on. That's the way to do it.
Now we're cooking with BFG.
Hey, why are you not dead?
How are you alive? You don't get to be alive.
Come on.
I will end you.
Let's play Lost Soul Baseball.
Okay, swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. I'm gonna get the chainsaw out.
Come and get me. I'm very vulnerable.
I have a health bar that you can reduce. I'm not a complete asshole who's cheated. Look at you, Mr. Lex. See, this is what I do. I hope everybody in the YouTube comments goes on about how Yahtzee's playing this terribly.
I'm playing it so that it's boring to watch.
Yeah.
It's just endless silly gore. Hey, rip and tear.
Rip and tear. Oh, I didn't rip and tear.
Hey.
Rip and tear mode.
Yes. What did that button do?
I know. It's always so hard to figure out what's going on in these damn things. I suppose, exploration, like, it's like playing the, that remake of Half-Life 1 on the Half-Life 2 engine. And you forget how weirdly explory the first Half-Life was.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't want to just make a linear path. There's lots of ways around.
Yeah. Oh.
Thinking back, there were a lot of things I liked about Black Mesa Source. Like, there's one bit... what I think they did well was bringing the level of characterization to the same level as Half-Life 2.
Yeah, I think that was a...
Because in Half-Life 1, it was just, generic scientists plopped out. But what sticks out in my mind about Black Mesa Source is that bit where you have to escort some scientists to a secure door in the questionable ethics level. And in the original, they just get there and...
You've been through here.
Yeah, I'm not sure where to go now.
I think... Go back to the room, go back through that door to the right.
Hang on, what's down here?
A teleporter. Oh, that's
that
where we
didn't
were.
help.
Okay, go through there.
I just
Because
came
where you
through
were
there.
led to this room again, so I think maybe there's more switches that you gotta switch. Like on the side, yeah, like, yeah. Like, fiddle with some of those
Oh,
switches.
there's 3 doors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there was just the 2.
Alright, that's where you came
Okay,
from.
that's
So
what
yeah,
I
it
was-
let you back in here, so you gotta find, okay, that's...
Okay, not that one.
Not that one.
Not that one. Not that one.
I think it's that one, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, okay, well I'm out of ideas.
Let's go down here.
So many switches, everything does stuff.
Oh,
Fuck.
bored. There we go.
Oh. That's cool, so it has a little effect for when you skip stages.
No, I just changed the bleed down effect to the burn up effect. Because that's one of the options in the menu. Oh, I don't have Golden Arrow anymore.
You're dying.
Better fix that.
You kind of missed the cool bullet damage.
Join the
effects.
queue. Oh yeah, Black Mesa Source. So there's that bit where you have to escort the scientists to the security door in a question of ethics level.
Yeah.
But in the original, you just bring them there, they open the door and say, yes, here's the next step of your journey, go to the Lambda Labs. But in this new version, you're ambushed by soldiers, and you keep the scientists locked out of the room while you deal with the soldiers. And the scientists all come in to see all the massively dead soldiers you killed by yourself, and they act like suddenly afraid of you.
Yeah.
They're like, what did you do, Gordon? How the fuck are you doing this? You're a PhD! And I think that
Fun
was...
fact, my father was a survivalist.
That's the thing I remember from Black Mesa Source, because I think it was a nice little moment. Like,
Yeah,
what's
something that acknowledges the absurdity, really, of
like, what's
Gordon,
it-
yeah.
indicating the sort of thing you're turning into to survive.
Adapt or die, man.
Hey, those pain elementals having fun with the other guys. Let's leave them to it for a while.
You guys just hang out over there and play silly buggers.
What were we talking about? Before Black Mesa Source.
Well, just, you know, I think of the problems of the hype train.
Yeah, bloody hype train. Always... Bloody hell.
No dining car on the hype train.
Bloody hell. Oh, funny fun. Oh, that demon it was eating a guy.
That's awesome. So many little touches. See, I like things like this.
Where's my BFG?
Hey, there's my, there's another one of my little, culture corner things. The Street Fighter Assassin's Fist video series came out today, and I've only seen up to episode 5, but I really super enjoy it.
What's that then?
Well, it's, a Street Fighter web series done by Machinima in a similar vein to the Mortal Kombat one, but probably I think it accepts and plays with the absurdity of Street Fighter a little bit.
Wait, Machinima.
Yeah.
So it's not. So it's actually recorded within a game.
No, you know how Machinima is like a YouTube channel.
Oh, the actual Machinima the channel.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I was confused because Machinima,
Yeah, it was originally a genre.
by my definition, Machinima is a movie created within the elements of a game.
Yeah.
But then machinima.com is a thing now, and that confused the whole issue, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's actually live action.
Yeah, yeah, it's like
Like the Mortal Kombat one was.
Yeah. I think where the Mortal Kombat one fell down a bit was... I mean, you know, there were a lot of sort of plot... They did 2 seasons, and they changed a bunch of shit around, and it kind of got a little bit weird.
Yeah, like Raiden being just a dude.
And, well, I mean... it got cluttered. This one I feel... Like,
Wait, I need to correct myself. It's Raiden in Mortal Kombat, it's Raiden in Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. And in... Wait, yeah, and in Fatal Fury.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fighting game, you haven't played it, never
I
mind.
mean, presumably because it's a Japanese god, it's supposed to be Raiden.
Wouldn't know, to be perfectly honest. But,
Well, that's the Japanese pronunciation. Raiden.
it's been really good. I've really enjoyed it. I think it's got a nice, you know, a degree of melodrama, which I think is necessary. It takes itself seriously, but with a little bit of just, I don't know, tonally it's just dead on for me. And the fight scenes are actually reasonably good. The special effects are great for what they're doing. I'm enjoying the shit out of it. Kudos to them. They deserve a lot of, you know, they deserve credit, because...
You often again. So tonally, is it like, say, Street Fighter 4? Which is quite wacky in many ways.
It's because it's only dealing with Ryu, Ken, and sort of their initial training with Goken.
Boring. They should have used one of the interesting characters, like that Turkish wrestler dude you like so much.
Hakan! I really hope they do a whole Hakan.
He attacks with homoeroticism.
It's only homoeroticism.
He covers himself in oil and then hugs people.
Having done Turkish oil wrestling at the Abbey Medieval Fair, it is. Yeah, it's really fucking hard because it's all about grip and core strength. It's insane.
Something's really fucking hard.
Oh, hey, you got a little follower, dude.
Yeah, didn't you notice?
It's kind of like Galaga.
What did you say?
In Galaga, when you could have, like, when your ship got captured, and then
Do you mean Gallagher?
Oh, is that how it was pronounced?
That's how I've always pronounced it. I'm not sure, actually.
I don't know, see, like...
Hey, little dude.
Fuck yourself!
Oh, I offended him.
Oh, he's sad.
He moves whenever I do that.
Fuck yourself!
Well, he didn't that time.
No.
Get off, scum!
So he did then. If you walk right up to him and
I think
swear
if
at
you
him...
curses on him. Stop hurting his self-esteem. Like, he's trying, you know?
Fuck yourself!
Does he say something in response?
Go fuck yourself!
Nope.
Actually, there's another mysterious button I found with this mod. It makes you do that.
Just up
Yeah.
and just a growl.
It makes a little noise. Hey, Doom Marine, what's your opinion on this Let's Drown Out video having come to an end? Oh, I think he's a bit cross.
Yeah, he's mad.
Don't you shake your fist at me, Doom Marine.
How
Oh,
dare you?
we think we're so clever, don't we?
You know what you should do? You should turn off the infinite health and run into a room.
Well, how do you feel about this? I'm forfeiting your body count. No.
Now, what woman will want you now?
Good night, everybody.
Good evening.
Wanking over the years. But sometimes you just want the...
Whoa!
Hey, shoot the other guys.
Oh, it looks so much better. Look at it. There's lighting effects.
Good on ya.
Now they're all fighting.
Yay.
That's brilliant. You guys are geniuses.
You guys get involved too. Yeah.
Oh,
And you.
let's get Chain Gun Wally to. Yay! There we go.
Good old Chain Gun Wally. Oh, he just finds it so hard to make friends.
Well, you know,
That's our Wally.
can't shake hands without firing the chain gun. It's led to a lot of tragic misunderstandings.
Hey, there's that Marine we're all trying to kill. I'm gonna kill him.
Ooh, what's that? That looks like a thing.
Oh, hey, it's Berserk.
Rip and tear. Yes.
Oh, I just picked up a chain gun
This
there.
is the game the Doom comic should. Oh, cutscenes.
I've never seen that happen before.
Okay, see,
And
tell
you.
me you're not enjoying the shit out of this now.
Well, just because I haven't seen that yet. Imagine.
Okay, everybody, he's actually smiling. He's doing that thing where he's actually smiling. You can hear it in his voice.
Let's see how long it takes to get old. You
I don't
too.
know, like. Oh, you missed him. You only jabbed him in the back.
Oh.
Do you still have Berserk on? I don't think. I think it's like you have to have like
Well,
demons.
Berserk's permanent.
Oh, is it? There's so many!
I don't even know what the hell I just did
He
then.
just stuffed a shotgun into his stomach, lifted him into the air, and then fucking shot it.
Crazy.
And it's great, because I love, you know, there's old pixel violence. Ooh, that's right, I forgot they could be, like, hard to see.
I don't know what that was about.
Yeah.
If only we were visited by the
The spirit of red electricity.
mind of the overhaul or something. I don't know what I'm going on
The
about.
spirit of ultra-violence. It's just...
Hello!
I think... Oh, that's just so much fun. Effort went into this. See, this is, you know...
One might argue a certain amount of misplaced effort for a free mod.
Hey, if it's your art, it's never misplaced effort.
If you...
What the... Alright.
It's a teleport I brought
Oh,
me.
there we go.
Brought
Okay,
me
now
out
you
of
gotta
that
go.
closed off area.
Yeah.
What were we talking about before you got distracted by the finishers?
I don't know. The finishes are just so glorious. Simple, being easily amused.
Yes.
I think it's the
Yes,
general
yes.
theme that we're going to be running with for this for these days. That was more of a 90s thing.
Yeah, sort of coinciding with the FMV phase, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, part of me, like, again, I like that kind of, it's like B-grade movies for me. Like, I like that kind of stupid shit just for the novelty of, you know, itself, you know.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's see if we
What's
can-
going on?
Well, I'm just seeing if I can get someone into a sort of...
Do you have any other weapons yet? Ooh, look at that.
Not yet.
Suck it, imp.
But if I know my Doom 2, I know where to get one pretty quickly.
That's cool.
Up we go.
Because I watched,
I was hoping we could just have a laugh at how dumb this is.
It is, but again, you know, I like... it's like B-grade movies, B-grade horror. Like, I'm a sucker for these dumb things. Like, I watched Rec 3 Genesis last night.
Ha ha ha!
Sweet.
Is this taking us straight into Culture Corner then?
Oh well, no, this is sort of it's just more of an aside to explain that I do enjoy. Oh,
Hello!
shoot him. Yeah. Look at that.
That didn't last long.
That's what they get for being there.
I'm gibbing my heart out.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's sneaky.
Oh yeah, and if you press F,
Get off, scum!
he does that.
See, I'm just going to engage my like inner 13-year-old, which is never too far from the surface.
I'm guessing whoever Sergeant Mark IV is, he doesn't have a very high quality microphone in his basement where he lives. Oh hey, you're still alive!
Fuck yourself!
You know, that was actually quite fun.
Yeah, come on, dude, you're enjoying this. I know you enjoy a little bit of the old ultra-violence.
Well, I like it to have a bit of context.
That doesn't need context. Like, that was fantastic.
Mighty Boot also.
Mighty Boot. Yeah, and like Rec 3 is not exactly what I'd call a continuation of the Rec movies because it abandons the found footage sort of stuff, but about
Those
three
films
quarters.
aren't very good. You'd almost describe them as a train disaster.
The Rec 1's good. I quite like Rec 1 because it also takes a rather unique sort of approach to the zombie genre in the
making it-
cause of why it's there.
I was making a joke there, and I hope somebody got it.
Oh, okay, no, I didn't. It's a cultural illusion. That's
Oh hey,
that guy just.
that guy with one arm has been pissed off by his mate.
This is so cool. This is such a lot of effort. Oh, the head, like that's.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Yahtzee Crowshaw.
And I'm gentle enough for everyday use.
No, it's not. It's Gabriel Morden. And because we're feeling so grown up today, we're going to play Brutal Doom.
Yahtzee's 31.
Shut up.
I was 31 a month or so ago. I'm
at-
older than him.
I'm at the age where I don't like being reminded of it.
Oh, dude, no, fuck that shit. You gotta embrace this. 31. My 31 was better than my 21.
Anyway, Brutal Doom is a mod for GZ Doom, which is basically Doom played through OpenGL. And this is a mod by an individual by the name of Sergeant Mark IV, who I suspect was not
Sergeant?
not a sergeant and probably not supervised very much when he was a teenager.
Alright, this is interesting. Full ultra violence, I am super bad, black metal.
We're gonna go with... and most of these just make the enemies faster, so I'll just go with the full ultra violence.
Okie dokie.
Now, so far, it's Doom 2, rather. But you can look around and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's like 3D.
It's got new sound effects and new animations
that's
and
cool.
and blood
Awesome!
and more blood effects.
Fucking awesome. This is the greatest game ever. I'm downloading this when I get home.
Well, it took a bit of work to get it
Oh,
going.
that's great!
Well, you know, I've been thinking about the wonderful spectrum of boring games for this series,
Yeah.
and I think one of the things I find boring is unending, meaningless, gratuitous violence
There's
for its
something
own
wrong with
sake.
you.
Well, I think after a while, if you just keep at it, it just turns into white noise.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree. It probably will get dull. But at the moment, this is all new to me. So, I'm
Hey,
just, it's the
seems
most
like it's a
amazing
noise.
thing ever.
But you know, it wouldn't be Let's Drown Out if it wasn't boring. And while there's stakes, it's boring. So let's just remove those. IDDQD. Let's try it again.
What's going on?
IDDQD.
What's happening?
And now we can't die.
Hey, alright. We're the winners.
Eat it, eat it, eat it.
I'm powerful, daddy.
How did I guess this would appeal to you?
Because I love, like, I'm a Gore fucking fan. It's cheap and easy.
I don't. Well, that's probably why you like fighting games so much, isn't it?
Well, not a lot of fighting games beyond Mortal Kombat. They're not very gory.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Young Peter Jackson. What? Oh, okay, you got the red key.
Yeah.
Young Peter Jackson also used to do, like, not just gore, but stuff involving pus.
Yeah, you like his... Hey, you got up.
Yeah, you only kicked him.
What an asshole.
Pus gets to me. Like...
Oh, I see. That's one of your triggers, is it?
Yeah, like, pus just makes me go, ooh. And there's a scene in Brain Dead.
Oh, I forgot to mention, Brutal Doom adds alternate attacks to weapons. Like
sweet.
the double barrel shotgun, you can fire one barrel at a time.
Nifty. Yeah, there's a scene where they're all eating porridge in Brain Dead. YouTube it, I'm sure it's up there. You should check it out.
Oh yeah, that scene. It's not porridge, it's custard.
Custard. God, it's even worse. Oh, why am I thinking it?
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, you stop doing that.
Help, potato.
It's not what I want to be thinking about on my birthday. I want to be thinking about the lovely cake you have no doubt gotten me.
I live below the poverty line. What am I getting you with? What am I buying you?
So,
how am I gonna buy? Like,
Jesus taught us we don't sacrifice for the benefit of the other, we sacrifice for the benefit of ourselves. So basically, you're doing yourself a disservice by not spending all your money on cake for me.
How about it's the thought that counts? Because I did think of doing some stuff, but I just didn't have time. Like, I've got 3 essays due next week. I'm busy as shit. That's why I haven't kept up with any news.
That's not how that works, man. It was the thought that counts. I thought about getting you a present.
I did give it a good long think. If I had any printer card left over, I was going to print you out just this nice looking card, but when you opened, that's great.
Hey guys, you weren't counting on there being a duck button in this version of Doom, were you? I kick you.
Hot red mess.
I kick you again.
I'm erect. There's blood everywhere.
Small
it's like
things, please, small minds.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a benefit to having simple tastes and just being generally easily amused. I mean, I'd hate to be one of those people that can only, like, enjoy expensive shit or hard-to-find things. I don't know. Like, I mean, it's not to say you can't appreciate that stuff, but I just... Simple things, man. It's good to be able to enjoy simple pleasures.
Well, yes. Like a good honest wank.
Fucking A. Sometimes I enjoy a good honest wank over actual sex, just because, you know, I can just sort of space out. It can be about me.
Oh, I perfected those locational damage as well. and the legs off as well. And there's a jump.
Sergeant Mark, I salute you.
Sergeant Mark 4.
Sergeant Mark 4.
They had to do it 3 times to get it right.
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys.
Oh, look.
Oh, let's see if we can get the Pinky Demon attacking other things.
Oh, they have, like, they get angry and fight each other. There's a dude on fire!
Well, they got angry and fought each other in the original.
Did they?
If you tricked them into shooting each other.
I don't think I ever saw that.
No, they did. They always did in the id games. They did it in Quake as well.
Yeah, well, we had Fisto Stabbo versus, like, I don't know, some other motherfucker. That's kind of neat.
Oh, someone's having fun.
Life's hard, imp. Life's hard.
Certainly is if you piss me off. Life gets hard pretty fucking quick. And so
Nazi Doomcock Croshaw.
And so does my knob.
Gonna have a gore erection.
Well, I picked up a red key there, I think. Hard to tell.
Yeah.
Because of all the blood.
I think the key was blue to start off with.
You did not learn your lesson, did you?
With my not sawn off shotgun, hand on the pump.
Oh, you always say that.
Alright.
So go on about Rec 3 then.
Alright, yeah, and about 3/4 of the way through the movie, it just goes, you know what, fuck this, and gives the main lady in a wedding dress a chainsaw and just decides to have a bit of fun.
Sounds a bit Peter Jackson-y.
It actually, yeah, there is a little bit of Brain Dead to it. Which,
Dead Alive in the States.
In the States is Dead Alive.
Hang on a sec. I just want to punch someone to death.
Oh, badass.
I'm trying to punch them
Punch the head off.
I'm trying to punch their...
Uppercut!
There's a thing you can do where you can punch their jaws off. But it isn't happening.
Need to see that. Make it happen.
Come on.
Do it.
No, I just keep falling backwards.
Maybe you gotta, like, punch a little lower or something. Alright, that didn't work.
Man, imagine what it'd be like with the Berserker pack on. Hey!
It's like twice the Magnificent. Brain Dead is one of the few movies that has genuinely made me fucking queasy, and not because of the gore exactly.
Well, the gore made me pretty queasy.
Well, young...
Line them all up.
Young, what's his name? Oh, it's just... I'm still not bored of that. Young...
There's something